Hi, welcome back to Van Helsing himself. Now, if you remember, I was in a test run, and what I mean by that on my first recording I've done was that I was in an area that I was up against one person, which was Hyde. He was a guy. He was just like the person you saw just a few seconds ago with a walking stick, as well as when he had a glass bottle on his on his left hand on the opposite side of the screen. The saw, as well as where he had a glass bottle and he let go of it, and the glass smashed, and he didn't have a jumper or a cloak on no more. And he was naked. So that was basically the guy that I used the shotgun, used the pistols, and basically used saws and knock his health all the way down, and find a fair load of boxes and barrels to smash, and basically get him to have his all of his health all the way down, and had him to basically get Thanos to be slung up on top of the ceiling of somewhere, of a building. And when that was there, I was on top of the roof, or Thanos was on the roof, and Hyde was jumping on the roof as well and grab hold of Thanos and slinging down the building. And we saw Thanos use his grab hook and sling the hook straight through his chest and get it from on the back, and Thanos land on his feet nice and safely. And where Hyde grabbed the string and ran backwards, and allow Thanos to be pulled up a bit, and where you saw Hyde going straight through the window and land on his face on the ground, as well as where you would have saw me on mission 1. I was in an area that was allowing me to grab hold of 2 cheats, which was one that was by a little trailer. There was one that was called Big Head, and another one that was where a little symbol was that I used the saws and smashed that and grabbed hold of a cheat, as well as on top of a roof I grabbed hold of 1 life increaser. When I went past that, I showed you another symbol that I said that you couldn't destroy it because you had to finish the game on another difficulty, and then you'd be able to do something with it, but I'm not going to go too far into that. As well as I was fighting up against some skeletons, and showed you a gate on the left hand side and a wooden door on the right, as well as a bridge there, and showed you can jump and put yourself on top of another piece to grab a life increaser, as well as allow you to know that that you could go through the door and lead into another area, and fight up against some more skeletons, as well as I grabbed hold of a life REPLENISHR on the opposite side of the bridge, as well as up some more steps I picked up a ammo REPLENISHR, as well as fight against some more skeletons and died about 2 or 3 times. I'm pretty sure it was 2, and went into another area up against some more skeletons and grabbed a shotgun, which was a new weapon I grabbed hold of, as well as fight against more skeletons and smash some more boxes and barrels, and end up finishing recording when I did some backtracking to where you'll find where I am. As well as I was explained to when I finished a test run with Hyde, I said about Armory, where you could buy some things with the green God symbol that I showed you about what you can buy and all the good stuff that you could buy, as well as I didn't buy nothing. So that was that, and we was on mission 1. And once again, like I said, back travelling and start from where I left the last recording. So that's where we're starting. And the reason why is because I'm going to show you that there are some boxes and barrels to smash that I left on my last recording, which is what you can do, as well as fight against more skeletons, as well as some more barrels over here. You can use the saws to break them, as well as go back and forwards, which is what I'm doing and what I'm going to do, because you've got the shotgun. And what I'm going to do is go down it to show you that there was some barrels and boxes I left, so you can see what you can grab out of, which will be some God Civil that will be green, and then you can also be red. I was also just hoping and praying that it will be red, but apparently not. Also, when you grab the shotgun, this is what the shotgun will do to the skeletons, if you haven't seen it already. So yep, this shotgun can do a good fucking deal of damage. So yep, you got that. Just to remind you, that's why I'm going back here and showing you all the good stuff. Also, there's obviously one down there, so I'll leave him. So, also what I'm going to do is go back the same way, because what I'm going to do is show you where the shotgun was. Also, you're probably wondering why you're being a scaredy cat, but still, I'm just showing you where the shotgun was. And of course, the shotgun with R1 and triangle to hop yourself up, with some barrels and boxes that I smashed last time, as well as if you come up here you'll find some barrels and boxes and some tables. There was 2 tables, one on either side and one on top of it, where you would have found the shotgun. So that's where it will be, if you haven't seen the last recording. Once again, small skeletons for you to smash into pieces. Also, what I'm going to do is run away, but there's a specific reason why. Is because there are some barrels and boxes for me to smash in a little while. So again, gonna walk away and show you something else. Which you'll find out in a few moments. Okay, so first, once we go through this door or gate again, what I'm going to show you that you might have missed, as well as when you grab the shotgun with hang on a minute, you probably figured out what I'm on about. I should have said that, but too late. Is that it? Nope. Didn't think so. Right. So, once you grab the shotgun from that area that I showed you and told you about, when you grab the shotgun with this thing, of course on my last record I said that you couldn't destroy it. So when you do grab the shotgun, you can rip it off when you're standing in the right place. And there it is. You can rip it off. But also, I'll remind you that when you get towards this gate over here, when you press the triangle, if you've got the settings of the controls like I have, you can push that button. But also when you do, the words will say a locked gate. So that means you can't go that way. As well as, I will remind you that when you stand over it, you can use R1 and triangle with the grapple hook to pull yourself on top of over it, where you'll find a life increaser. And when you're in a mission, when you find one, you have to find another one. As well as, if you look at where the red bar is, there are also loads and loads of black squares hiding away. Now, when you find 2 of these, one of those black squares will allow you to get the red bar to fill one of those black squares into red. I have found one. Also, I did say about you can pick it up or you can leave it. As I said, I'm going to leave it, and there's a specific reason why, which you'll find out sooner or later. As well as, when you rip the door off on this windmill, you can go straight through it. When you do, R1 and triangle for your grapple hook, and when you do that, you get yourself to go up, and you'll find another life increaser. So there's 2 if you haven't got one already, so you can grab those 2 if you want. But once again, I'm going to leave that there. Also, when you jump down, don't worry, because your health won't go down at all. And just to show you, there's no health down, but there's some health down because the enemies have attacked me a bit. Also, underneath the red bar, there is a 4, and there's 3 things that are in yellow. Now, what they are is finisher slots, which will allow some enemies health all the way down, but some enemies will not have their health all the way down. Okay, so there's that. Next of all, what we're going to do is go back it. Now, also, I did say on my last recording about this, was that if you finish mission 1, you can't go back there. But also, when you fire up against some skeletons, when you first come in this area, that bit will go red to say you can't go that way. But once you have killed the skeletons, the red colour will disappear and you can go back there. But as I said, if you finish mission 1, you can't go back here. Also, don't forget on my last recording, you can do R1 and triangle for the grab hook, and you can hop on top of it where you find some green. But as I've done it on my last recording, I won't be able to get those. As well as on here, you can see a bit of something that's been broken off, where you can do R1 and triangle to swing across over to the other side. But also, once again, what I'm going to do is come back down. I will remind you, this thing right here, like I said, you could not destroy it unless you finish the game on a difficulty that you're on, like easy for example, and you move on to another difficulty. You could do something with it. But if you've done the game on medium, like I am, for a start, you can't destroy it. So you have to leave it. Also, with this thing, there would be a yellow symbol on there that will be flashing. But as I've done it already, it won't be. So if you haven't gone somewhere in a minute, also when you come down it, I'm going to jump on top of this one and then jump on top of this one and then jump on top of it to get back up. Now, So once you jump down from there, because you'll be starting a bit over here. So when you go across this bit, as you can see, there's a orangey colour symbol sitting up there with a thing that will do just this. And the only way you can get Van Helsing to do this was basically go towards here and press triangle with the orange or a yellow flashy light that will pop up for you to do, to allow that thing to slam into an angle like that to allow you to swing across. But if you haven't, then it will point a certain way for you to not do that. And also, I will go back the same way. And when you start mission 1, over here, you would have found a train that would have left you. Even I'm trying to get an angle. There you go. There it is. So when you start mission 1, a train will leave this track for you to start all the way to here. And of course, when I started my recording, that you can hop straight on top of it and find a windmill with a chicken with your salt to not sure if I can make it do it. There you go, I've done it. Make it spin, and you would have found some green God symbol there. And then when you jumped over on top of there, you would have found some more green God symbol going all the way across, and you would have found that orange symbol there with the grab hook, R1 and triangle, swing yourself across, where you would have found 2 or 3 green God symbol, and pull yourself up, where you would have found some more green God symbol all the way around. And on top of this bit where I'm standing, you would have found a life increaser that I grabbed hold of, so you would have had that, as well as you would have found some boxes and barrels around this place, as well as you would, as you remember that God symbol that I showed you from the other room that I just came from. It would have a symbol here that was a sheep that was shadow body that you could grab hold of if you use the saws and the ammo with L1 button pushed in to make Van Helsing do that, and get Van Helsing to smack it to rip it off. You would have found the sheep. And of course, the second sheep that I grabbed hold of was a big head right behind here when you push the triangle to pick it up. So yeah, that's what I did. Did that, and then like from underneath from where I was a little while ago when I jumped down from over here, you could not smash that, as well as you had to push the triangle button to allow the cogs to turn, to allow this thing in the middle of the screen would turn it, and then allow you to get the hook for you to swing across to the opposite side and get all the way from there. To get all the way over here, and then he would have been up against some skeletons, as well as if you were up against some skeletons, this thing wouldn't go red over there where I just came from. And of course, once again, if you finish mission 1, you can't go back that direction. Alright, so keep that in mind. So don't forget, the two life increases are in this area. One in here, right, all the way up here, and of course one that's on the opposite side over there, which I'll show you again in a minute. Have to get away from these. And the other one up here. Also, don't forget these skeletons do that to make fellas and blind, not yourselves, as you can see. So yeah, that was all that, and that was that. And also, don't forget this thing right here, the flashy thing. You had to grab hold of something else to unlock a challenge, which is what this is. There are 5 in total, okay, but you need something to unlock it. Also, there would have been a life REPLENIZZ on top of it, which is the purple thing, which would be in item settings when you press X on top of INVENTORY, as well as where you find items, weapons, moves, and cheats. Okay. Also, when you use one of these, life REPLENIZZ, it will top your red bar back up, and the ammo REPLENIZZ will top your light blue bar back up. Also, if your health or your REPLENIZZ is up, make sure you don't press X, because otherwise you'll waste it. But if you still got a bit left in there of each one of those 2 colours, use one of those and it'll top it back up. Alright? So just be very, very careful. Okay. Right, now we're going to continue and move on. Instead of keep going back and forwards. Right, also you can kill these skeletons to get red or green dot symbol. Also, the yellow things underneath the red bar, they are finisher slots, can knock some enemies' health all the way down, which I'll show you. R1 and triangle, they're R1 and R2 button, those 2 buttons, and they will do that. Same thing again, they will do that, similar to what the skeletons do. But don't forget, you can only start with 3 of those in the game. As well as you can go down all the way to those steps or up those steps. If you don't want to, that's fine. But also, when you do go up them steps, you'll find an ammo REPLENIZZ up. But usually, if you haven't played the game, you're supposed to find a life increaser. But if you've played it a load of times and you know where it is, and the game says, fuck you, I shall move it somewhere else, as I said before. So keep that in mind. But if it's there, then you're welcome. Okay, so let's move on. But first, let's kick the shit out of these with a shotgun. And the shotgun's probably the bestest weapon. Also, if you want to use the pistols, then you can by pushing the left D-pad button once, or the L2 and push the up D-pad button or down, whichever way. As well as when you're not holding L2 to switch it, just use the right D-pad button once or left D-pad button once and you'll be all good. Okay, so when you go hit, you can also jump on top of it and jump on top of it, where you'll find some green God symbol. There'll be 4 on either corner. R1 and triangle, where you can pull yourself up onto the opposite side with some more skeletons for you to kill. Also, I thought I was going to kick my arse then. But as long as he doesn't, then all good. Also, these things can whack you up, so move out of the way, and then you'll be good. So also, you can stand by this edge an R1 and triangle to grab a hook to pull yourself up towards this bell. And also you can make this ring by standing towards behind it and press X and press circle together. And eventually some green God symbol will pop up for you to pick up, for you to collect. Also when you jump down from it, you won't die, so don't worry about losing any health, because you won't. So you're all good. Oh, you little shit. Whack me. But as long as they give you red God symbol, then you've got your health to go back up. But still, if you don't want to pick any of that red up, you can use life, R-E-P-L-E-N-I, sets you up by pressing start and go into the INV word, and then it works either way. Alright, so once again, as I haven't been smashing boxes and barrels, you can find some here in this corner, and some boxes and barrels in this corner. You just smash, and then once you've done those, you can find some more. Just hit, and you'll find one button, another barrel, hit, and then we're back in it. Also, I'm going to grab some more green and red for me to have my health go back up, or grab some green for me to buy things. If I want to. But like I say, it's up to you. If you want to buy anything, then go ahead. Especially if there's a specific one you really like. And if it's quite flicking high of price, then just wait until you've got the right price as well as the right number. Or either buy even more of the specific one you want. Also with the green or red, you want to be very careful, because if you leave it far too late, they will flash and they will disappear for good. So keep that in mind. Also, when you move ahead a bit, you'll find some more skeletons. As well as, don't forget, you can use the swords with circle. Where have you gone? Oh, you're dead. So I'll leave that lot and we'll go for these. Oi! Here, have a whack. Okay, that should be it. But like I said, when you hear that sound, enemies ahead, when it disappears.
I'm having trouble understanding right now. Please try a little later.
Sorry about that. Obviously someone thought I was saying their name. Oh, I was a bit concerned that that might happen. But then again, like I said, if you say a specific word, sometimes that will happen. But usually when you ask that name and you ask a question, then that voice goes up. So, sorry about that. Okay then, right, so next, if you remember about this thing, I said about there is another place you can go to also. It is basically for you to proceed ahead in the mission. So don't worry if there's a specific thing like a cheat, because there isn't one. So you wondered, how do you get through there? Or can you? Well, you definitely can, but don't forget, on the windmill, when I was using the shotgun to blow it off, that's exactly what you're going to have to do with this one. So make sure you rip it off, as well as when you move ahead. You will find this, a person over there.
You there. You alright?
Which is, got some hands. Yeah, and punch you flicking towards the wall. And flicking gonna throw you. So Van Alsen's pissed off. Right, so it's got a question mark. So Van Alsen hasn't got a clue who he is. Or a she. But if you know who that is in the Van Helsing game, that's fantastic. I know who it is. But I'm not going to say anything else. Right, what this person's going to do is going to stomp around the place, as well as that smash was to do with the shotgun. So if you're standing quite close, then you're going to get a good chance of smashing vases. Also, if you're standing quite close, you're going to get punched, or even you're going to get stomped. Also, as you can see, I'm using those fission slots, since it took one health, a bit of that person's health a bit down, but the second one made him piss off. So he's fucked off somewhere. And there it is, mission 1 complete with 49 minutes and 56 seconds. Best kills, there are only 59. And shots fired with the pistols and the shotgun, which has took up to 1,435. Now the reason why it's gone so flicking high is because if you're using the light blue bar of the ammo on the pistols, then yeah, the price is going to, the number is going to go up. Next of all, you've got MELEE, which is to do with the saws and how many times you whack enemies. And we've got 14 hits on there. Damage taken, we've got 296, which is basically all about enemies whacking you. As well as power, GLYPHES, or HS. And basically this is about your green stuff that you pick up. And we've got 4,807 so far. And finished with hat on, most definitely yes. And the reason why you need a yes on it, on every mission, you'll grab hold of something. One thing. Which is a special thing that you might want to grab hold of. I'm not going to say anything else about that. Enemies killed, of how many enemies you attack with or kill them. We've already done 174 of those. Now you've got armory and continue. Now armory is basically your shop, and if you want to continue, make sure the word is in white. But we're going to go to armory, and all I've got to do is just press X. So you've got loads and loads of different things you can buy, which are a life increaser that is up to 1,000, as well as what this thing can do is allow one of your black squares to be filled up in red. And we're going to go back to that in a moment. Next of all, you've got life REPLENISHUP, which is worth 500. And don't forget, these things can top your health bar back up to the size you did have before enemies are attacking you. As well as you can only carry 3 of those. Only 3. Next, you've got ammo increaser. There is 1,000, just like the life increaser. Now, what this thing can do is allow one of the black squares to be filled up in blue, as well as the life increaser will allow the red bar to be filled up in one of those black squares. Now, each one of these 2 increases, whichever, ammo or life, they are 1,000. As well as each one of those 2, you can buy 5 of those anytime you want and however you want. And what I mean by that is because the prices will go up every time when you're buying one. So you want it. What is the other 4 prices for each one of these life increases and ammo increases? Well, first of all, 1,000 for the first one. Second one will be 1,500. Another one will be 2,000. Another one will be 2,500. And the final one will be 3,000. So each one of those are 500 on top of each one when you're buying them. Okay. So be very, very careful how you buy these things. So yeah, you just got to be very, very careful. Next of all, you've got ammo, REPLE and ISHL is worth 500, which is, once again, you can only carry 3 of those, as well as you can use these to top your light blue bar back up to the size that you did have. Same thing with the life one. You'll allow the red bar to go back up to the top of the size that you had, as well as you can carry 3 of those as well, just like the life, REPLE and ISHL. You can carry 3. And also you can carry 3 of these as well, which are speed boosts. As well as you're wondering, why the fuck is it up to 800? Well, basically the speed boost is basically allows you to run fast and allow the weapons to go ballistically with a good speed of fire. As well as it is 20 seconds of how long it can last before it runs out. So there's that for 800 if you want 20 seconds to have the weapons and Van Arsene to run fast. So yeah, there's that for 20 seconds as well as 800. Also, you have got dodge fire, which is worth 1,500 for the pistols and the shotgun. But I'm not going to go too far into that, but you've got plenty of time for you to read. As well as what this will allow you to do is allow you to dodge around the place and fire with those 2 weapons that's there. As well as the way to do that is hold R1, push the square and hold that in, and press X and push L3 towards the left or right to make Van Arsene roll towards the left or right. As well as push L3 down with those 2 buttons as well to do a back roll. And when you're doing that, you're going to get bang bang. So you're going to get 2 shots at once. But it's 1,500 if you want it. Next of all, you've got grapple strike. There's 500 for this grapple hook thing for you to pull across, as well as pull your enemies towards you. But when you do pay for this, you can hurt enemies with it. But if you don't pay for it, it won't do that. Next of all, you've got ground strike. That is 1,500 for the swords, as well as hold R1, which is your accuracy that you're always going to need to make the swords to attack and use the weapons to do attacking as well. And push L3 up, which is why it's saying push forward, and perform a MELEE attack, which is what the swords are supposed to do, attack with the enemies to strike and sometimes pop enemies that have fallen on the ground. So that's what you can do with that. Also, you've got 2 Joe Fart that is in white now, because I've got the right price, because I've got 4,807, and the 2 Joe Fart is 2,000 for the swords, and of course it's going to allow you to hold your 2 Joe attack to flying your 2 Joe BLADES at opponents. I'm pretty sure that's what OPPONENTS is about to be. So that's 2,000 if you want it. Next of all is air hop. That's 1,000, as well as it's for the swords again. After holding air strike attack button, which is the circle button, to rise into the air, press a DIRECTION, well that spells the B as well, tap X to jump on Finette, which is what Van Arsene can do if you want to pay for 1,000 for that. Next of all, which is a new weapon that you can grab hold of, which is spelt to be SCIMITARS, as well as you can swing with those weapons, as you can see in the picture. And also it's going to ask you to do, after a grand strike, which is what you're going to have to pay for first, and then hold R1, which is actually press forward, L3 up, which is what I was asking, and attack with the name of the weapons, so you can attack enemies with that. And the name of it again, SCIMITARS, to perform a spinning. So you're going to basically spin those around and attack enemies. Of course, as it says with the name of it, SCIMITARS, attack. So yeah, you can attack enemies with that, and it's 1,000 if you want it. But still, you need to pay for ground strike first. Also, next of all, which is worth 2,000, also it's for the swords, and the name of it, MELEE, explosion is what you can do. I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLOSITION is spelled to be. It's 2,000, don't forget. And also, it's got a ring of ice or fire explodes. I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLODES is spelled to be. From the last hit of your ALTERNATE, well, that spells to be ammo with L1 with your light blue bar to use. And the name of the weapon, of course, MELEE. And of course, you can do some combos with that, as well as finish a slot. Now, with those things, you can allow those to knock some enemies' health all the way down, but some enemies, like the person that had the question mark on it, you can't knock their health all the way down, but it can take a bit of their health out. As well as you'll start with 3 of those in the game. Also, you can buy 2 more. First of all, the first price will be 2,500, and the last one will be 3,500. So you need to be very, very fucking careful when you're buying them. Also, I'm not going to buy fuck all for now, because it's probably the best idea for me so far, because I know exactly what I'm doing without dying too many times, which can happen. Mission 2, here we go.
Your journey will eventually lead to a place divine and holy. There is so much knowledge to be gained here, but its greatest secret is the passage it harbors. Go with God, my son, for this passage is fiercely guarded.
So you heard him. The passage is fiercely guarded. From what? You're about to find out sooner or later, because you won't be finding out for a little while. As well as the journey is unfortunately landed to be place, drive and holy. There's a great passage that we're going to have to find. Right, so once again, when you press X, words will disappear, and you'll find a box for you to smash. As well as you'll find a bridge that is up, and you're going to have to get across it. So you wanted, how do you do that? Well, R1 and triangle to pull a lever that's on the opposite side that will allow the thing to come down. As well as when you press X to slide down, you'll find another one of these yellow things. Also, you'll find some more skeletons around the place. As well as when you finish a mission, your health will go back up to the size it was, unless you've collected some life increases. I haven't. As well as I haven't bought any. As well as I'm going to keep all that quiet for now. Okay, so once you've done all them, the sound will drop, because when you hear that sound, enemies are ahead somewhere. And there it is. Okay, so this thing, once again, don't forget, I did say there are 5 of those that you're going to have to find, as well as you're going to need something to unlock it. So you're going to have to find out what it is, and you can have a good couple of guesses if you haven't played the game before, or haven't even watched the film of Van Helsing itself. So what you want to do is go across the bridge. As well as you'll find some barrels and a box, and yeah, some more flicking skeletons just to get in your bloody way. So you can use a shotgun and blow them out your flicking way. Also, if you want to fight a different enemy, different skeleton that has got more health than any other ones, just let go of R1 and hold it in again, and just allow it to switch, or just move away and move to another one, and then it will switch it. Also, one's going to try and make me blind, but I'm good enough to see. Also, that one's going to try and hit me with some wind. How rude. But you failed. Okay, so you'll find some more skeletons around here. So get them out of your way. If you want to shoot them to death, which you can do. Especially if you want to have some fun. Okay, so also if you use a shotgun and you want to destroy them completely, just stand quite close to them and then you'll shoot them to death and kill them. Also you find some barrels and boxes behind this little trailer thing. Then what you want to do is find some more barrels to smash up if you want some more green or possibly some red to top your health bar back up. Right, also when you do start killing some skeletons from over here, you'll find some more barrels and boxes, and also you can jump on top of this roof where you'll find another life increaser for you to grab hold of in any mission if you can, or if you want to pick it up you can, for one of those to allow you to have your health bar to be filled up in one of those black squares being red. So once again, there are 15 black squares for the red. Also in any mission you're going to have to find 2 life increases for one of those black squares to be filled up in red. Also, in this mission, you can leave it, or you can grab it if you want. But I'm going to leave that right now because it is worth me doing that, because I've played this game quite a lot and I know how to play it and not make a disaster of dying a lot. Okay, so also when you do stand it, you might have seen that thing right there, so you'll alert some more skeletons in your way. Also once again, if you stand quite close to them, you can blow them to death and the sound will drop when you've done them. Also once again, back up here. So if you see this statue with a yellow flashy thing, you're wondering, what's that gonna do? Well, what it's going to do is open this little silver thing. Now you're wondering, how do you do that? Or can you? As well as what's in there? Well, first of all, you can't open it because you're going to need something to do just that. So we're going to have to leave that. We'll have to say goodbye to that. Right, so next what you want to do is go and get your shotgun ready, or you can use the pistols and the ammo with L1 button pushed in if you're using the pistols, of course. And when you press the triangle, you'll find a scene that will happen in your way to bring a gate to come in the way. Also the camera's going to move a bit. I suppose Van Helsing's look it up, and yeah, you'll be up against a new enemy, which is some stone vampires. So they're basically going to try and smack into you. So if they do, move out of the way, and then you'll be all good. Also, these things can spit needles at you. So if they do start to spit needles at you, just move one side and then you'll escape of taking any whacks. Also, if you're quite far away, then you should be unscathed without getting whacked. Also, if you use the ammo, if you watch when I use it and watch the health, it will take a bit out of it. Take a fair bit of health out of them. Also, if you're using the ammo, basically, your ammo will go down quite a bit. So as long as you be careful, what I mean by that is turn the ammo off, which is the light blue bar, to stop it from moving. Right, also, over by this gate here, there is a life increaser. Now you're wondering, can you go through that gate? I'm afraid not. So you're going to have to say goodbye to that for now. Also, next, you have this door running. There's got this symbol once again. So you're wondering, can you destroy that? Well, you have to find out sooner or later. But also, you have got this fountain. And also, this fountain, you can jump in it, where you'll find something down there. And make sure you push the triangle button, and you'll find an egg. And you're wondering, what's that for? Well, you're about to find out soon. So, how to get out of it? Well, what you want to do is get your grapple hook and push R1 and triangle to pull yourself back out of there. As well as, you can leave that for now, if you want, which is the best idea for you to do. And push triangle. And you're probably wondering why. You can have a guess at it. Also, these skeletons are just going to get in your way. So like I said, you can use a shotgun and just blow them out your flicking way, which is probably the best idea. So you've got more space to move around in and just get around the place, as well as without getting smacked with their arms or even their most important bits of gas or smoke. Also, don't forget, I did say about the green stuff or the red God symbol. If you leave it far too late, they will start to flash and then they'll disappear. So make sure you grab them. Where have you gone, you stupid idiot? Where have you gone? Ah, down here, of course. So yeah, don't forget you've gone the right directions before to know where your skeletons are. And you've probably already figured out where I'm going or what I'm planning. Yeah, smash some boxes and barrels. Yes, that's what I'm doing. As well as hoping Friday will give me some red. But am I really planning to do that? No, of course I'm not. Ah, yeah. Kill some more skeletons. For some more red and green. But even though I don't really need red, because I've got my health all the way back up to medium size, just like the light blue bar is, as you can see. So yeah, when you start the game, they'll both be the same size. Right, so yeah, this is what I'm on about, and that's why I've come back here. So, this thing, as you remember on my last recording on mission 1, or in the middle of mission 1, that I showed you one of these, where I said there are 5 of them, where you're going to need a specific thing. And what thing is it? Have you sussed it? Yeah. It's an egg. And when you pick up one, it will go into Inventory. And when you do pick it up, make sure the word is in white and press X, where you've got the word that will say press X and, of course, use this item. So make sure you do that. And when you do, it will unlock a challenge, which is what you're going to have to do. Also, as I said, there are 5. So there are 5 challenges for you to do. And this one, underneath the bridge, will be the maze. You're wondering, how do you fucking do that? Well, you're about to find out soon. But also, when you do put the egg in, the screen will do just that. As well as, you'll find yourself in a new area, which will have a purple thing running. Also, when you move towards these steps and come down some, and move a bit, as you can see, there's a red colour on the left and right. Now, once again, when you put an egg in and you move and move, the camera will move and it points to one challenge you will unlock. As well as you saw the red colour, it freaking disappeared. It has disappeared. Right, so now then, there are 5 of these with 5 colours. Now, first, when you unlock them all, whatever that is, what you're going to need to do is basically complete them. And when you do complete them, anytime you want, or however you can complete them, you'll get 5 cheats. And the 5 cheats will be 1 that will be DWERGER skin. Another one will be WRAITH skin. Another one will be ARCHANGEL skin. So, yep, one will be ARCHANGEL skin. Another one will be GARCOYLE skin. And the last one will be Phil skin, which is FELL skin. Now, each one of these 5, I'm not going to tell you which ones they are of the challenges. But what I will say, that if you complete 2 of them, you'll grab the cheats. But if you already have got 3 of the other ones that are unlocked, and you complete the 2, and you're having troubles to complete the 3, and you say, fuck it, I will go straight through this purple thing, what you're gonna have to do, I'm afraid, is when you complete the 3 that you struggled to do, and when you do complete those 3 that you never did, what you're going to have to do is do the other 2 again. And why? It's because you're going to get a weapon. But still, what I can say, that this one down it is a right fucking pain in the fucking ass for me to do. I have got someone to do it for me, so I can show you what the weapon is, because that's what you'll get. But also what I can say, with this challenge, what you're going to have to do is, the best way you can do it is to do it on easy. But as I'm on medium, as well as I'll be doing it on hard, and when I've completed the game on hard, what I'll do is do another recording and put it on easy and show you how to do it. But what I'll do is have a couple of goes on medium and show you that I can do it. But it's not a guarantee if I'm going to complete it, but it's doable. But also with some of the challenges, I'll give you a couple of tips and tricks of how to complete them and it'll help you understand how to complete them. So, first, what I am going to do is my special little trick is use the other memory card that has got all of them complete for you to know what you can grab hold of if you complete all of the challenges. Are you ready? Give me a second or a few minutes. It shouldn't be that long. We'll see. Okay, right. So, first, let's load this back up into another save. So, this is what you will get if you do complete all of the 5 challenges, which is this lovely weapon. Now, you're wondering, what does this lovely weapon do if you ever get it? So, what this rifle is, what weapon this is, it's a rifle. And what I'm going to do is show you how this works, as well as what the fuck is the damage that this thing can do. So, R1 is always what you're going to need, as well as square. Yeah, look at the fucking size of the fucking colour of the powder that comes out of it. Yeah, look on the right hand side of the screen there. So yeah, look at that. But the problem is, it is going to take some time for it to load back up again for you to use. Okay. As well as you can see that the red bar and the light blue bar are all the way up, as well as everything else. So I'm not going to give the game away, but what I'm going to do is show you what fucking load of damage that this thing can do. Right, so back into mission 2, the skeletons, and watch. Yeah. Also, like I said, this thing is going to take some time, a fucking hell of a lot of time, before you will be able to fire that weapon again, and again, and again. That's the problem. This weapon is just going to take you some time to keep firing it. So yeah, it is going to take some fucking time. That's the problem with this thing. So as long as you move out of the way, as long as you do, so like I said, as long as you move and move without the enemies whacking you with it, whacking your health down, then you'll be okay. So yeah, that's what you're gonna need to do, is just move out the way. But also one thing for sure, that this weapon with the ammo of the light blue bar, it doesn't come with it. Okay, so like I said, what you're gonna need to do is finish all of the challenges to get hold of it. But what I mean by that is, if you're completing 2 challenges and you've got the other 3 unlocked and you haven't completed them, and you're trying to get them done and you're getting pissed off, don't go through that purple thing, okay? So just make sure you stay in this area and just complete 3 of them that you're struggling with, or if you still got 2 that you're struggling with, when you've already done 3 of them and you got the 3 cheats from them, especially. Yeah, it is. What's the camera doing now? Alright, so yeah, it's this one with the green thing. That's the trickiest fucking one, because when you're trying to complete it, the problem is what you're going to have is Van Arsen's not going to either stand on some platforms, or either when you do jump on platforms and you're trying to jump on another one, you can always make him slide off sometimes. And when you know you're jumping on certain platforms, you can always sometimes get him to stand still on one, or either he's just going to jump straight over it. That's the other problem. But also with that one, there is a circle with a certain colour, and you're going to have to escape it. So you're going to make sure that you're going to escape it, as well as stand on a certain height and use the grapple hook to pull yourself out of a certain colour that is in a circle that you're in, because you're going to be in a circle and you've got to escape it. There's no way of escaping unless you get to a certain height on a certain platform, and then you'll be finishing the challenge, as well as get the cheat, as well as if you do the 3 and you complete that one and complete another one that you've never done, especially number 2 that's here. Well, I might be telling a lie about number 2, but it should be number 2, because number 2 is another one that's tricky, but there is a way of doing it which I'll show you on medium if I can complete it. But still, I will show you how to complete some of them, because some of them are easy, and then we'll be all good. Alright, so keep in mind that you're going to need to complete all 5, and if you have 3 that you're struggling with, or 2 of them, you have to do the other 3 again, as well as 2 of them that you've already done, and you have to do those again until you've done every single one. Alright, so keep that in mind. Alright, so now what we're going to do is switch memory cards again, and then continue for a couple of minutes or so, and then we'll switch over to another game somewhere along the line or something like that. I don't know what yet, but yep. So for now, what we'll do is a bit more on my other memory card, but I'm going to switch it in a few seconds and do a bit more, and then we're going to have to leave it here for today. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I think everything should be all set. So let's load this back up and go to the top one, and once that's done, everything should be back together, because usually it takes a few seconds for it to reset everything that should be exactly how it should be. So I'm going to press the start button. Just make sure everything is all tickety boo. Which sounds to be all okay, but I'm not too sure if the colour looks fine. Yep, everything's all good. Okay, cool. We are all set to go. Okay, right, first. Right, so we're back here. So we're just going to make sure that the egg's gone, and make sure that we have got the other challenge unlocked. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's just double check that everything's all tickly-boo, because I'm going to run. So we don't want you all to keep waiting here. So, let's see. Everything should be fine. Nope, I haven't done that yet, so we'll make sure we do that, because as I said, with the centerpiece will be all saved as it should be. So once you've done that, put the egg in, go through here, and then this challenge will be unlocked, which is the maze, don't forget, which is challenge 4. As well as, once again, you're wondering what is the maze going to be like. So what you want to do is press triangle to go in. So there's that. Okay, right, so now there are several loads of purple things in there. As you can see, there's one purple bit that is lurking about right now. So you're wondering, what do you do? Okay, so as there are several other purple things, which as you can see is one over there, and there's a one just about on the right hand side where Thanassen's just standing, so you should be able to see it just about. If not, right, so the first thing is you're going to have to find a bridge, as it says. Make it across the bridge at the bottom of the maze before the time runs out, so you have to make sure the time doesn't run out. So you've got 29 seconds to do this in. So first, what I'm going to do is allow you to know if you go through the wrong one of these, you'll be back over here, as well as you'll alert an enemy, just to hold you up, as well as allow the time to just keep ticking down and ticking down and ticking down until it hits 0. So that's what you don't want to do, because if you do, then you're going to have to start again. So, which is what I'm going to do, is show you that what will happen if you do. So 59 seconds is what you got. So you've got one there, and one there to start with. So if you go through the wrong one, like this one right, the red will start. To do that, back at the start, when you go, you'll be up against this nasty piece of work. And then once you've done that, the sound will drop, and then you'll be continue on. So what you've got to do is go through this white one and go to this one. But also, when you do go through that one, make sure you don't go backwards, because if you do, yeah, you'll be back here. So don't do that. And once again, when you're up against this enemy, which is the only enemy you'll be up against, and it's going to allow the time to run out. So don't do that. Right, next of all, what I'm going to do is allow this to skip, and so you'll be back here. So my plan is now is to leave that one alone for a while, and of course what I'm going to do is unlock another 2 challenges before I show you how to complete it, as well as I'll remind you how to not fluff up like that, because if you do, then there is no way on earth that you're ever gonna find that bridge. Okay, so that is your problem. You want to make sure that you find that bridge, because if you do that, then you ain't got flicking no hope of completing it. All right, so keep that in mind. Alright? So there's that. As well as next is something else. So what we're going to do is come out of it and move ahead for a little bit longer, and then we'll have a break. So don't forget the barrels and boxes if you haven't smashed these already. Also, you might want to get the shotgun out because these things will be back again, and the only ones for now. Also, don't forget you got the scissors, you got the saws to do some good work for you to help doing the job, as well as you've got the ammo as well, just like that, so that can help you. Yep, you've got that if you need it, because look at that, look at the health going down. Also, don't forget when you're using the ammo, especially on the saws, and you push the circle too many times, then the light blue bar will go down quite a bit. So do that wisely, because yeah, it'll go down all the way at the bottom. So the only way you can get it back up is basically just use the weapons as they are, just like the shotgun for example, and it'll be good. Also, what we want to do next is go through the gate, because that's the only direction you're going to have to go. As well as when you move ahead, there should be some more skeletons around here, or either stone vampires, but there's none. So what you want to do is wait for me to sort these bastards out. And here is far too quiet. Also, like I said, the light blue bar of the ammo you can use to kick some butt. Also, press the X, jump around the place and avoid them without them kicking your butt. Like that. Also, I'm not pushing the buttons at all, and also I press the main menu over there. So we'll have to just continue from there and say that was stupid. So yeah, that was stupid. Oh, we've got skeletons. Alright. So what I'll do is use the saws. Oi, fucking trick. There, serves you right. Okay. So, now you're wondering, where do we go and how do you go through that door or gate? Well, what we want to do is basically get the shotgun out and rip it off. Same thing again. Right, so when you do that, what we want to do is go straight through there, first of all. And then, when you do, another scene will pop up, just like this, as well as guide you. So we want to go there. So that's where we're going to have to go. But before you do, when you move ahead, we'll be up against some more of these stone flying flackers. So you might get a shotgun out or get the ammo out. Or possibly hope and pray that you get some red, but also you can find some red up here. That's why I'm going over there to top some health bar back up. Get out of the way, will ya? Fucking bastards. Also, these things can fall on the ground on their backside if you do some jumps right and stand quite close to them. This is the best way to stop them from getting up. Also, I can sense I'm going to fucking fuck this up in a minute. Without getting whacked and spit at. I can sense it's going to happen. Also, like I said, make sure you jump and dodge around the place. And make sure you just don't walk into spitting needles, which is what they've got. Yeah. Also, if you've got strong muscles in your hands, you can knacker your freaking nans up. Stay there, you. There we go, you. And you. Okay. Right then. We have got the sounds still up, so there's obviously some more somewhere. Right, also you got some barrels and boxes. Right over it. For you to smash. So make sure you do just that. As well as something else that you could easily come across, possibly. As well as me moving the camera a bit so you can have a better view of what's going on, as well as what you can miss. Also, yeah, that's why the sound's still there, because there's one there, and eventually the sound should drop somewhere. Right, also, up on top of this roof, you'll find some green God symbol, and some more, and R1 and triangle with a grapple hook that you can use to swing across. And also, over here with R1 and triangle again, you'll find something else on the opposite side, on a chimney. So R1 and triangle, swing across and press X, and land on top of it. And you'll find a life increaser, so pick that up, because there's one specific reason for that. I'll explain to you in a moment. But for now, we are going to try and get these things to sod off, but I don't think that's going to flick it up at any rate. Also, you'll find a box, no barrel, that'll be tucked over there. You ever freaking drop that thing? Looks like it's going to do it to me again. Like I've dealt with an enemy and it's still going to freaking stay there. So we're going to have to deal with this for now. Okay, so you can simply stop and stand on top of it and R1 and triangle to pull yourself up with a hook, and you'll find some barrels, and also this one right here. When you smack into it, you'll find a life, REPLENISH, for you to use to allow your health to go back up to the size that you did have. As well as, like I said, when you pick up the second one, where the life increases, your nice black square will be available for you to have your life bar to be a lot more bigger. How about that? Also, over it, you'll find a box and a barrel, and also, as you can see, there's a symbol there waiting. So you're wondering what's behind it, as well as what can you do by destroying it, or can you? Well, you definitely can. So you're wondering, how do you do that? Well, what you want to do is get the saws out and use the ammo again. As well as before I do that, you're wondering what's behind it. You can have a guess. Right, so light blue bar is the way to destroy that with the saws. Also stand right beside it, not flicking further away from it. I've done that twice so far. So what's behind that is a cheat. So once again, when I pick up a cheat, I will show you what it is and what it does. So, you're wondering, what is the cheat? Right, so, as this sound's not gonna fucking drop, I will go straight through this door. Right, so, next, before I push any other buttons, what I'm going to do is go into INV Word and show you there are items, weapons, moves and cheats. So you want to go to the cheats, as well as once again, there are 24 cheats in total, and there are 5 cheats you can get hold of if you complete 5 challenges or any of them. As I showed you before, that this one here, that's DWERGER skin. The other one was WRAITH skin. And the other one was ARCHANGEL skin. The other one was GARGCOYLE skin. And the other one was fill skin. So the one that you can pick up from where I've just picked that last one up is gonna be this one right here, Ghost Fend. That is what you're gonna find in that area just where I just come from. But speaking of which, with that life increase I picked up and this cheat when I was from that other room, you want to make sure you pick those 2 up. Is because if you do not pick those 2 up, you will not be able to pick those 2 up again unless you do the game on another difficulty when you finish the game on the difficulty that you're on. So make sure you pick that up. So you're wondering, what does Ghost Fend do? Well, you're about to find out, because it's going to your enemies, which are the skeletons that we're up against. Check that out. Also, what I'm going to do is try and move in the right place for you to see, because these are going to move. And also, I'm going to hope I don't freaking die. So yeah, there is the cheat that goes to your enemies. How about that? So there you go. So it's almost like ghost body that happens to Van Helsing. So there you go. That is what you'll get if you pick it up from the window that you smash, or whatever it is. And so make sure that you grab the cheat and the life increaser, and then you'll be all good. Also, as I've lost a bit of fair load of health, we'll try and hope and pray there's going to be a red from any of these, but they're not going to give me fuck all. So yeah, so that is what the skeletons will become, as well as a couple of other enemies that you'll be up against. Okay, so that is the cheat that you'll grab hold of. But still, once again, when you finish the mission number 2, you will not be ever going to go back through this door. Okay, so grab the cheat, Ghost Fend, and the life increaser that will be on the chimney. Okay, which I'll show you again where the life increaser is and the cheat. I'm going to show you where those 2 are again, just to remind you. And again, once again, make sure that you pick those 2 up, otherwise you're not going to go back in this area. Alright, so R1 triangle to hop yourself across this area. Once again, over here, all the way on top of this chimney right here. Okay, so make sure you grab the life increaser, and as I said, I'll show you where the cheat is, and just remind you to pick it up. Okay. Also, still, these things will fly wherever they want, as well as spit at you. Can you not give me some fucking red? Yeah, you fly over there. Give me some red. So as I said before, or I don't think I ever had, but what I'll say again, that if you stand beside one of those stone vampires and you keep shooting right in front of their face, they'll flop on their backside and you'll be all good. Okay, so keep that in mind. Right, so the cheat was in this little hole right here, okay, where you have to use the ammo and the saws. So rip it off and grab the ghost fend. Okay, so there's that for you to know. As well as, we are not cheating, not no more. So we'll take that off right away, because we're not gonna cheat. Okay, so when you push the triangle, which is where you're gonna have to do, is go through this door. And when you do, you'll find a new scene with us and looking around, as well as another red bit over there by a door that you can't go through, as well as you'll find 4 women. So there's 4 of them, and one of them has got that thing sticking a rib or a hip or shoulder. Yep, and that thing's out of her shoulder now because you chucked it out. Well, she's not feeling no pain. One's fallen on the floor, one in the middle there,
Again? You know me?
and another one on the right.
You are not easily forgot. Oh, he will be this time. After he has followed the princess to
And this
death
one on the floor, we're gonna have to save her.
in the flesh. But
Also, my TV is about to fall asleep, so we're not gonna have that. Right, so now move out of the way because the bench or table is going to fall. Also, use a shotgun or pistols. Also, the one in the middle is basically going to get protected, so you're going to have to deal with the 2, one on the right and one on the left. So, one on the left is Verona. Also, when that purple thing comes along, just move towards the left or right to move out of the way, and just do that, and then you'll be all good. Also, eventually, something else will happen to these 3. Also, then another one will be on the right, which is Aleera, which is gonna do something else. Also, what you're going to need to do is other things, which involves doing a couple of rolls and make sure that you keep one thing, is your hat. Don't forget, it hasn't fallen off yet. Also, health's going down. But I'm going to be dead, so we're going to have to start that again. So, yep, if it ever happens, it's no problem, because your health will go all the way back up, but your ammo will not go back up when you're using it on the pistols, which is what you can do if you want. But sometimes the shotgun be the best thing to use.
Unhand the lady.
And still, that thing's still in the shoulder,
Trust me.
and she flicking slings it on the bloody floor.
There is nothing ladylike about him.
One on the floor is the one we're going to have to save,
Welcome to us.
and that one just chucks on the floor.
So nice to see you again.
Again? You know me?
And one on the right
You are not easily forgot.
Oh, he will be this time. After he has followed the princess to death.
This is Anna
and
Valeria.
so yeah, that's Anna down it, and we're going to have to save her.
But from this moment
Right.
forward,
So
consider him a ghost.
they're going to go crazy, and also I didn't have a great deal of health, so this might work a bit more better. But we'll see. Right, so one on the left, don't forget, Verona, and one on the right is got her health all the way up at the moment. Also, once again, if you stand quite close to one of those, their health will go quite far down. So the one on the right is Aleera, which is still alive. Oh, still a bit too close, so make sure you don't do that. Also, when you shoot that health out of that one that was on the left, she'll fuck off. So that's enough. I'm not having more shots, thank you. So the one in the middle is the one that's going to be protected. So you're going to have to stop the other two from protecting her. Also, when she does that, she says, no more fucking out of me. And still, what you're going to have to do now is wait until that stops. Because if you don't, then you're going to spot a bother. But as long as you jump around and move away when that purple thing comes along, and once again, once you do that, she'll fuck off. And in the middle, that's really pissed off, will be called Demon, Marshka. Right, so what you're going to need to do for her is basically when she's about to fly, jump backwards and press the X 2 times, at least 3 times, because otherwise she'll whack you up. Also, I got myself stuck. Also, when she spins, which is what she'll do, just basically roll one side and you'll avoid it. Also, I think I've lost my hat. There it is. Also, I got myself stuck again. Also, don't forget you need to pick it up, the hat. Also, when she does a little bit of electricity, you should be able to be unscathed. And also, pain's kicking in, and nerves are kicking in. Where is it? It's over there. So if your hat falls off, and if you've got the settings as I have, then just push the triangle. And also, I'm going to try and talk at the same time as well as push buttons. Also, health is not too bad, but spin around. Yeah. Yeah. shit. Ugh. Spin. Spin. Fucking bitch. Ugh. Right, also, if you've died a couple of times and when you've seen the scene, just press the start button and then you'll skip it. Alright? Also, like I said, you can use the pistols to use the ammo. So what I'm going to do is press the start and freaking move out of the fuck way, not just stand there. So yeah, as long as you do that, then you're all good. Also, when you lose your hat and you die, you'll have it back on, so don't worry about that. So if it ever falls off again, just pick it up and you'll be all good. Oh, you would fucking protect yourself, wouldn't you? More like say, enough for hitting my friend. Oh, stood beside it, that was stupid. Also, when that happens, that purple line thing, just move it away. But with electricity, as long as you just jump around a bit, and also when you saw that bit there, just move out of the way a bit by going backwards, and then you'll be all good. Right, let's try this again, if it works. There's the hat, still on there, so that's okay. Where is it? Still on. Where is it? Good. Too close. That could have fallen off. Yep, has now. But I know where it is. So as long as she spins around and you know where it is, you've got enough time. And then you should be all okay. Oh crap. Yeah. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, do that. Oh, yeah. Also, you might want to push X 3 times, or at least 2 times, but usually 3 will do, and then you'll be all okay. There's a hat over there. Fuck's sake. Yeah. Also, maybe I'll have to skip this for today and then do it tomorrow, but we'll have probably 1 or 2 more goes and then see where we go. But still, you got the ammo on the pistols, and then you got. Don't just fucking stand there, you fucking idiot. Thought I should just stomp on the ground then. Also, don't forget you can switch the weapons by pushing the left D-pad button or L2 and hold that in and then switch it. Also, if you've got a specific person that you want to switch over, then just let go of R1 and select it again. Yeah. Come on. Nope, just a bit too close. Pain is fucking kicking in. You're still fucking going. Yeah, of course you would do some flick electricity. Right, let's try again. Oh, fucking bitch. Let me out. But then again, you've got the thing as well. But I'll tell you what. Hell, you are doing my fucking nutting. I'll leave it for a minute. I've got plenty of health until fucking now. Where are you? Yeah. Also, when you use one of those, make sure you don't press the X again, because otherwise, yeah, that will go. Oh, for goodness sake, stop doing that. Ugh. Fucking bitch. Ugh. No, spin around. I keep fucking doing the same fucking crap. Oh, get out of the way. There. There you go. But this one's been a long recording. Definitely so. Right, so she'll come back, he'll do a roll, and he'll grab that, and I'll sling it right between the fucking two tits at once. Hold up. And of course, she's dead on the cross. Oh dear. 2 survive, 1's dead.
Are you alright?
Of course I'm all right. What do you think? I can't take care of myself?
I just saved your life. The least you can do is humor me with a little conversation.
You killed a vampire. No one has done that in over 100 years.
Well, I'd say that was a good thing, wouldn't you?
Vampires only kill what they need to survive. Now they will kill for revenge. You tell me which is better.
Wait. I was sent by the Vatican. I was told you could help me destroy Dracula.
I believe it's the other way around. You were sent to help me.
Fair enough. So where do we begin?
If I knew that, it would be done already.
Well, surely there must be something, some ancient knowledge passed down through your family.
My brother Velkin spent years here in the church looking for such knowledge. I believe he was close to finding it until he was bitten by a werewolf 6 months ago.
Where did he do this research?
There, in the library.
So that's where we're headed. In the bloody library. Let's read bloody books. But no. No, we're bloody not. That's where Thanassen's heading. Right, so you've got 24 minutes and 31 seconds. That's took me. Best kills, there are 25. Probably be a bit more flicker on that. Shots fired, 486. Which is mainly to do with the ammo on the pistols. And some shots with a shotgun. And we've got 486. And MELEE hits with the swords, which is what it's confirming to. We've done 48 of them. Damage taken, fucking hell a lot, because we've got 298. Part, which is the green god symbol that you can pick up. Of course, don't forget the bit that goes to it, which is GLYPHS. And we've got 6,479. Finish with hat on. Yes, because there's a specific reason why you need that. Which is, thank God I did pick it up in the right time, as well as die about 3 or 4 fucking times with them fucking bitches. Oh well, it's done now. As well as enemies killed, there are 84 I have done. Right, so also I have explained to you about the armory, but I am not going to buy fuck all because I don't need it right now. And so we're going to go to mission 4 and hear what someone has to say, and then show you one thing, and then we'll leave it from there. So that's mission 2 done. Mission 3 is next.
The hunchback known as Igor makes his home among the ruins of an old castle. He is the master tormentor of Valerius and his ancestors. Destroy him, and you have taken the first step in winning their freedom.
So, you heard him. The hunchback known as Eagle makes his home. So, you're wondering who the hell is Eagle? Well, you're about to find that next time. As well as you have taken the first step of winning their freedom. So that's what we're doing next time. But once again, when you press X, yeah, we're starting in a bloody library to read a load of books. As well as, once again, you've got some chairs to start off with, a tabletop, a ladder, more books have been stacked up together, as well as by this door. When you push triangle, I can't leave yet. So yeah, we can't escape. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the journey so far, and I shall catch you on the next one very, very soon. Take care.